welcome back to the stream. So thank you for coming back and joining us for 5.1 Play's third installment of D&D Maid Cafe. I am super excited. We've got a lot of cool stuff set up for today. I've got some maps. I drew some maps. Ooh. I have a copy of the player's handbook. I actually went out and bought a copy. So we've got a lot of cool new stuff today. But before we dive into the session, I want to welcome you guys back, all of the Goshujin-sama and Ojo-sama who have joined us today for this amazing. I'm so hyped. But we're gonna greet you with a traditional formal greeting. Seno, okae Goshujin-sama. Welcome back. My name is Kitty, and we'll just go down the line and introduce ourselves.
Yeah, I'm Ali.
Chen. And I'm Kokona.
And we're gonna be dungeoning some dragons today.
Yay!
So last we left off, you guys finished the kind of first. Oh wait, I have some cool dungeon music to play.
Thank you.
Let me just make sure it's not playing out of any of the microphones. If not, I can.
Did she want some bacon?
Yeah. It shouldn't be playing in any of the microphones. It should be soft enough not to be picked up by it. But if that's an issue, I can just plug some headphones into my computer. Do let us know if the background music is getting echoed. But it should be playing behind our audio. So yeah, setting the stage today. The heroes, last we left off, were able to save the Princess Bruna, who, well...
We use that term very loosely.
We use that term loosely. They found and rescued Princess Bruna and brought her back to the King and Queen of Lacera. And they also made some allies with some Druids who were having a little bit of magical difficulties out in the forest to the north. So with that, the party, you have gained an alliance with the Druids. So you have sworn yourself to helping the Druids figure out whatever magical mishaps they are going through. So that's going to be your guys' MO for the time being. Also, there was a magical item that you guys earned. We were having a follow fest. Yes, so we were having a follower fest before we hit 200 followers. Where every follow that we got, we would, I, as a DM, I have a list of magical items. I would give the party a magical item. So last time we were able to fulfill that goal, and the magical item was, I've got a lot of stuff happening back here behind my DM screen. Let me...
How many books are there back there?
Don't look, these are my notes.
I can't read it, but it's just I see books.
She's got a library. Sunface Gale Goshujin-sama, thank you for tuning in and welcome to our stream.
That is a new username. I don't recognize that one. So if you are new here, welcome. Hopefully you stick around. If we don't catch a follower notification, please let us know so that we can reward the party, because I still will. If we get followers, I will reward you guys. So the item that you got last time is the Mystic Saddle. It is a saddle that turns any animal into a horse when it is strapped on. Ooh. The horse cannot remove the saddle on its own, but it is currently owned by a bounty hunter who is fond of riding his bounties back to town. So, you guys have that item. The item is rightfully yours, but you have to go retrieve it. So that's going to be part of the agenda today.
I thought we had it.
No. That's too easy.
So it's like a quest that appeared on the map.
Yes. So
I thought we got something for free.
No. Some of the items in this list do have little caveats to them, and that happened to be one of them. So before we do that, though, we have a little character managing to do. I have open notebooks. No, you're so tall. No,
I'm not. I can't read it from here.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, do you want me to sit there?
No, I
can't see anything.
I was just teasing her. So we have some character managing to do because you guys leveled up last episode. Character management, normally when I play with more experienced players, we just do it on our own. But because you guys are pretty new to 5th edition, I'm going to go through one by one. And it'll get faster as we go because the first person, it'll be super easy. And then, so you guys, hopefully, you all have pencils, correct?
Yes, we have the eraser, though.
Yes, I can give you guys erasers. There's little ones at the top, but you guys are going to be erasing stuff on your character sheet.
Fail you before.
So there's one for you, one for you, and one for you.
I don't make mistakes.
You're all the way over there, so I'm just going to throw
I'm just kidding, I do.
Okay, I don't need one. I'm good. I don't make mistakes. I'm the DM. So, we're just going to go in alphabetical order by what is in the Holy Bible. First up is going to be Isil.
Hey.
So, your character is a first level fighter. So, let me get out my spare character sheet so I'm telling you where everything is correctly on the character sheet.
Did it freeze?
I think my phone's is very slow.
Yeah,
It's better with a laptop.
Yeah. The text
streaming over here is fine. It tells me how many bits per second I'm uploading. Okay, so I have a spare character sheet right here just from a separate game. So up at the top, it says right next to your name, you guys all should have the same character sheets, right? Yes. So if you look to the right, it'll say your class and your level.
Yes.
So it should say Fighter 1. So you're going to change that to Fighter 2. That's going to be the first step.
there's no number, actually. It just says
say class and level.
Yeah, it just says
right next to your name, or right next to the word fighter, go ahead and just write the number 2.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
Yay! I leveled up.
Yeah, so go ahead and just write the number 2, and you guys can all do
like
that.
a ding sound.
We need some sound effects, yeah. So it should just say your class, and then right next to it, you can just write the number 2.
Yay.
And then, did I put your, so in the middle column where it says armor class initiative speed, right under that it says hit points, and then right under that it should say hit dice.
Hit dice, yes.
Yes, do you all see that on your character sheet?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it should say each of you should have a different number that correlates to a die. So for example, Isil, yours is a D10.
Oh yeah.
So you're going to look in
D10.
your pile of dice, and you're going to find a D10. I believe it is this one. Yes, it's this triangular shaped one.
This one?
That is a D100.
Oh, D100. So
Yeah,
another
so it
triangle.
should-
This one.
Yes, and all of you can do this with the corresponding dice to your, yours is also a D10, Morvess.
Mine's
and
a D8.
yours is a D8. So the D8, I think you have it. It's the one that looks like that thing from Evangelion. Yeah. So what you can do, we're going to be adding hit points. And you have a choice here. Either you can roll your dice, and for example, if I roll a d10 right here, I got a 2. So you would be adding 2 points to your max hit points. Or you can take the average. If you don't want to risk it and risk getting a low number, like a 1 or a 2, you can roll the average, which is half plus 1. So for you, it would be 6 since you have a d10. So you would add 6, or you can roll to see if you get a 10, or something higher than a 6. Morvess, it would be the same for you. You could add 6, or you could roll. And then for you, it would be 5, because you're a D8, right?
Yeah.
So it would be 5, or you can roll to see if you roll higher.
Wait, but that's on top of
I'm just going to take the average because I have bad luck with it.
So how you do it is you roll the dice. So what's your max hit points right
It
now?
says 11.
Yeah, so you guys are all fully healed. If you took any damage last time, go ahead and just bring it back up to
What does
your
Smite say?
12. It should say 12.
Well,
It's
here's
1
the-
D10.
Well, it's one
1
bar, 1 d10.
1 D10.
So
Yeah,
1
because
D10.
as you
10?
level up, you 1 D10.
Oh, I
So
see.
you have 1, because as you level up, you get to add another hit dice. So now you have 2 D10, and you can change that on your character sheet as well. So
it's 1 bar, 2 d10?
yeah, it's a backslash is what it's supposed to be. Sorry. So you should have, it should be a 2 D10. So for Morvess, whatever you roll, you would add to 11, and that would be your new max. So if you rolled 5, your new hit points would be 16.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So you can either roll, or you can just add the average.
But the average is... Oh, okay.
The average is 6, or you can try your luck to get a better roll.
Hi,
Like
3AM Maps. Thanks for
Hi.
tuning in.
Oh,
Yay!
yeah, who joined us?
3am maps.
Oh, hi Midori!
Midori.
Midori-chan. Yes, I
Cool.
was
So, well, this is a
trying
D8.
to one
The
day.
D10 is this one.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah.
Jen, what are you gonna do? Are you
I'm
gonna
gonna
take the
roll.
average
You're
and
gonna
roll?
roll?
Oh,
Ooh, okay.
yes, some
Whoa.
excitement.
Funny.
First roll of the day.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah.
9.
Wow.
So your new max hit point is 18.
Wow.
Because you had 11, right?
Yeah.
So you add 8 to 11, and that's your new max hit
Why
points.
8?
Or 9, excuse me. I'm
So doesn't
sorry.
that make 20?
Yeah. Sorry.
Wow.
So her new max hit points is 20.
Ah.
So Isil, now
I
it's up to
think-
you if you want
So
to.
it's if I take the average, it's 6.
It's half
on
plus 1.
6.
Half of whatever you're rolling plus 1.
And the 0 is a 10 on the die.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I'll roll too.
Okay.
Yeah, some excitement around here.
Nice! Wow! Good job! You guys are rolling really well. So add the 9 to whatever your current max hit points is.
Okay.
So you are at
21.
21. Wow.
Yay!
Isil is the tank right now.
Beast.
So
beast.
same thing for you. Or you took average, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you
Yeah,
added
keeping her
the
low.
5 to your max hit points?
Yes.
Okay. So let me just
This is so exciting already.
I have
We
a little-
started alphabetical.
I'm so pumped. I'm like sweating a little. My palms are sweating. My knees are weak.
Yes.
I have a little counter over here. I need an eraser. So Isil, your new max hit points is
21. Yes.
Now we're on a roll.
Morvess, yours is 20?
Yes. 20.
And Plysir, what is yours?
16.
16.
So how did I have 11 to start? It's just like
It's
you get the full
it's
10?
10 plus whatever your constitution modifier is, I believe.
Yeah.
I haven't had to think about that in a while. But yeah, so it's a base
Yeah, I
number.
cut it.
Anymore.
I
And
cut it for everyone.
it's
Thank you.
it's determined for you. Okay. So yeah. At first level, you get the features Fighting Style and Second Wind. You should already have those. Those should be on your little
Your-
binder
yes.
ring.
Yeah.
So that has all of your abilities on it because those don't necessarily fit on the character sheets. So you get a new ability called Action Surge.
Ooh.
So it says starting at second level, you can push yourself beyond your normal limits for a moment. On your turn, you can take an additional action on top of your regular action and a possible bonus action. Once you use this feature, you must finish a short or long rest before you can use it again. So basically what that means is if you attack a monster, you can use an additional action on top of that, so you can make 2 attacks. Or you can use a bonus action. And bonus actions are, I can't remember what they are off the top of my head, but some abilities have act as a bonus action. I don't know if any of the fighter abilities off the top of my head.
So is it already on here, or do we put action?
Right.
surge?
No,
Oh, okay.
you can write it just this little paragraph at the bottom.
Look at our D&D book. Isn't it nice?
This is not the most.
Yeah.
We're so pro now.
See, I knew I
so
saw some
pro.
books back
Yeah.
God.
Ooh.
This is not the most efficient course of action. I
Fight some
realize,
dragon.
but
Yeah,
You know,
I think we're leveling up there. I anticipate so.
So for
Dragons are
Morvess,
friends.
you are going to get some spells.
Ooh, yes. Yay.
So
She's
on
spells.
the handy dandy iPad, I have the wonderful website dndmagic.com. If you are a D&D player, hashtag not spawns. But if you are a D&D player, it's a really great tool. It has all of the spells in the book. It includes things like Unearthed Arcana and
What is that?
supplementary books. It's just supplementary material we're not necessarily using. But it divides them by class and by level. So Morvess, you get to take a look at this. This is set on the level 1 spells. So you're going to learn some level 1 spells. So you can look through that list.
Oh,
level 2 spells if I'm level 2.
Well, it doesn't correspond with the levels because you don't have any spells at level 1. So you have your spell casting ability at level 2 for most classes, except obviously like wizard and stuff like that. But for other classes, it starts at level 2. So go ahead and look through that list while Isil is writing that down.
I'm done.
Awesome. So, I believe that is it. And then your proficiency bonus, it should be on above the. So you have like your saving throws on the left-hand side.
Yes.
And then your skills. At the top of that, right underneath inspiration, is proficiency bonus. Do you see that?
Inspiration proficiency
So
bonus.
it should be a 2, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's gonna stay a 2 for a little bit longer. But that is what you add to like skill checks and stuff like that. So I think that's it.
Yes.
Fighter is pretty easy.
What does it mean when it says duration is concentration? What interrupts concentration?
So a concentration spell is a spell that you have to concentrate on. So if you get hit, or if you get blinded, or if you get attacked by another character, or you have to move, you break concentration.
So I can't really fight while doing concentration?
No, not necessarily.
Well, that seems like a disadvantage. What are components?
Components, we're not messing with. Basically, it's similar to, what was that other? It's spell components. It's stuff that you need to cast a spell, but I don't know. I don't mess with that stuff.
So, how many can I pick?
At 2nd level, you get 2 first level spells.
Ooh.
Can they be the same?
No, they have to be 2 different ones.
You know what Action Surge remind me of? My Hero Academia.
What's
his name again?
Oh! I've only watched like half of the first season.
Wait, who are you talking about?
My Hero Academia,
Yeah.
the main character.
Deku?
Yeah, no, is it?
The one with
the one
green
with-
hair.
Oh yeah, Deku.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's like, he's like one.
Yeah.
One.
One.
Okay, I'm sorry, I haven't watched it in a
One-
while.
one
Yeah,
for
one for
all,
all. Yes,
yeah.
that's what an Action
You were
Surge
destined to
reminds
win.
me of. Yes.
What is a bonus action?
A bonus action is a bonus action you can take on your turn. So on your turn, you can take one action, which is like hitting, attacking, casting a spell, or moving your full. So if each of you should only be able to move 30 feet, I think it is. So if you move your full 30 feet, that's your action. A bonus action would be something else that you can do on that turn, which would be whatever that spell is.
And how many turns is a minute?
Each turn is 6 seconds, so there's 10 turns in a minute.
This one like lets me attack, but it requires concentration. Like your weapon attacks deal extra damage.
If you get hit by a person on the next round, then you would the concentration would break and you would.
But I can keep fighting while concentrating.
Yes, but you just can't take damage. Or like be frozen or blinded or.
You can't get hit by an attack.
Yeah. So that would be something that you would want to do if you were like behind cover or something.
That's sneaky serious.
I guess while she's looking at that,
You can.
let's skip ahead. Ranger. No, our ranger is not here today. Alice Chan could not be here today. She's feeling a little sick.
Take care, Alice Chan.
Yeah,
Get
take care,
better.
get better. Rogues at level 2 get to pick a. Oh, really? They don't get rogue archetypes till 3rd level? Cunning action. Starting at 2nd level, your quick thinking and agility allow you to move and act quickly. You can take a bonus action on each of your turns. This action can be used only to dash, disengage, or hide. So what that means is if you make an attack on your turn, if you're in a dangerous spot, you can use that turn to dash away, so you can move. Is it twice your movement speed? I think it's twice your movement speed. So you can move away. You can disengage. So that means if you disengage the fight between you and another enemy, that they. Oh, did we get a follow? I heard a.
Oh, we got.
Oh no, they got an advertisement.
Use Ben Bar's lift gates. What's that? 500 use Ben
we got
bits. We
got
bits.
Thank you.
Do we get a special item with bits?
Use Ben Bar's lift gates. We don't have a barbarian, so we can't use Ben Bar's lift gates. But I will take a look at the loot table. So while you're doing that, it's at the top of this left-hand page. Cunning action, go ahead and, if you have room on one of your note cards, go ahead and write that on one of your note cards. If not, I can give you a new one. And just for you, Sun Sama, I will take a gander at the loot table.
Yay! Thank you, Sunface Kyokujin-sama, for helping us.
Yeah. Oh, you're the #1 bit donor right now, too.
And you're #1, Ichiban, yay!
Wah, 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 wah.
Wait!
Wait.
Is that you?
Is that who?
Is that...
Who?
Do I know you?
Wait.
What's your name?
Hi. I think that's my friend. Sorry.
Is that you? Cute.
Sorry, I got excited there for a second. I got it. If it is you, the person I'm thinking of, Sun Sama, I gotta pick a really funny item. Hi, Dan Sama. Hi, thanks for joining. I gotta pick a really good item then.
What does it mean if a creature is frightened?
The creature is frightened. Yes. I have that. I have it here. Frightened. The creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of fear is within its line of sight. The creature can't willingly move closer to the source of its fear. So it's at disadvantage, so it has to roll twice and take the lower, and it can't move any closer to whatever is causing it fear while it's in its line of sight.
Are animals immune to psychic damage, or
no?
Okay.
Psychic damage is like, if you have a conscience, you can take psychic damage, basically.
Sun-go-jijin-sama say get the clown goggles.
Clown goggles? Oh, I don't think I have the clown goggles. I don't have the, you have to send me, if you want that item to be in the game, I will put it, you have to DM me the specifics of the item, and I will work its way into the campaign. I might not be able to do it today because I don't have the specs for the item, but if you send me all the details of what the item does, I will work it in just for you.
Can I have a note card? I thought I
Yes, you may.
Sun-sama, what is clown goggles? What does it do?
So if my ability lets me, it says next time you hit, does that mean it
On
can
your next
proc
turn.
like multiple times?
Yeah, on your next turn. So whenever you hit whatever is affected by the spell again. And it can be done multiple times. Yeah.
As opposed to the first time you hit, it's just one.
Yeah, but usually on those kinds of spells, the target of the spell has to make some sort of save, and if they pass the save, they break the effect, and then the effect is lost. So if you cast that spell on your next turn, you can hit that monster, but if that monster that you attacked with the spell goes before you, it can try to break the control of the spell.
But then I can hit again, and then they make a new saving throw, right?
Yes. So every time they fail the saving throw, you can hit them again with the same spell and the same effect.
Did you get a spell too? What did you get?
Rogues don't get spells until like 4th level or something like that. They get, 3rd level, they get to pick a kind of like class, a subclass of rogue, and at 3rd level, one of the rogue archetypes does get some spells.
Was mine a spell or just an
No,
action
yours is
surge?
an ability.
Oh, cool.
So I want Cure Wounds and Wrathful Smite.
Okay. go ahead if you need multiple note cards. There you go. Go ahead and write down the specifics for the spell on there. And whenever you are done with the book, Plysir, I can help. Magical goggles that make everyone and every creature look like a clown. It might be a little strange to use, but they have the added benefit of making creatures that look extremely nightmarish and very silly. So you can actually look at them and fight. So, maybe they won't be clown goggles.
They can be maid goggles.
But yeah, they can be maid goggles.
They can all turn into cute maidos.
I will try and
would
find
you
a
want to
way.
hit a cute maido?
Oh,
Fighting an
that is very true.
I will try and find a
Whenever.
way to work that in there, and I'll write up the item. Maybe I'll send them on a quest to fetch the item. So that would mean if the creature is frightening, then you would be able to attack the effects.
Or the creature can wear maid uniforms.
Yeah, that would be pretty silly. Like a dragon wearing a maid uniform.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's Morvess, right? Because
Yes, I am a dragon kin.
you're a dragon maid.
Exactly. See? Now we merged the two worlds.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that. I feel like there is
Kobayashi, Miss Kobayashi's
They're the
dragon
dragon
maid.
maids.
So I guess while we're working on some character management stuff, I'll tell you a little bit about what I have prepared for you guys today.
Hi.
So like I said, I did draw some crudely drawn maps. At some point, these will be digitalized, but I haven't been able to find a program that works for digitalization of what I want to do. So here is one of the maps. I don't know if you can see it very well. This is a map of Lacera, so like the continent or whatever. What is the word? The campaign takes place on. So if you guys want to take a look at that, on the opposite side, I have a list of all of the. Actually, no, don't look at the back, because some of that stuff is secret. So if you want to pass that along.
Wait, where? Oh, Lacera's where we are?
This is just a map of the world, basically. So yeah, Lacera's right smack dab in the middle.
And where's this forest of?
The forest is, I think it's Selden's Grove.
Okay.
Right there.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we go through the plains to the grove.
Yeah.
And then there's like a big mountain behind it.
Okay.
So that is the world map that I have.
What does it say?
crudely
Wild
drawn.
waters.
Oh yeah.
Ooh. Why is there like a random animal here next to
It's supposed to be a
flatlands?
camel, okay? One of them is supposed to
When
be a
you sent me
camel,
that,
and one of them is supposed to be a
I
snake.
made sure to include it.
It has
in
like
the
it looks like a
picture
snake
'cause
head,
it's so cute.
but it's very cute.
Yeah, I wanted to distinguish that it was a desert area.
Hey.
You know, different.
Which is very
mountain
clear.
tops.
Hey.
Which is very clear.
Very cute. Very. Yes.
So cute.
I'm gonna be writing.
Oh, Morvess. So did you write down your? Oh no, you're copying that.
This is gonna be a while because the other one was easy. This one is not
No, that's
easy.
okay.
Did you show everyone what the map looked like?
Oh yes, I did. And then on the back of that, there is a map of Lacera. It's very empty right now because today I'm going to give you guys the option to fill out that map and explore a little bit more.
Ooh, there's money in all these places.
So
Yeah,
that
it's
I
like-
on the back, this is
Money,
a key
money.
to the map which you can look at. So any places that
is-
have a little money sign,
Oh,
it's
shops.
yeah, like a kind of business area, you know, market.
Places to lose money.
Yes.
Oh, not to gain money. I see.
There's money
Right.
everywhere. Let's pick it
Money.
up.
There's monies and house and a castle in the middle. And
So the houses are the residential areas.
And
Yes.
some stupid person built their house in the path.
Oh, that was
And
that.
E. What is E?
Oh, E's are
Entrance
entrances and
and
exits.
Exits and
Yeah.
exit.
That house is not
Very
supposed
nice.
Oh.
I thought it was like this cool special
moved
house,
in
like a guild
anyway.
hall or something.
And he's
to be.
living.
So yeah, this is the map of Lacera. I don't know if you guys can see it. Like I said, I will try my best to digitalize.
Do you want
these at some point.
want me to find someone to digitalize it? Would it be super important for you?
There's a couple D&D specific programs
Oh,
that
okay.
people use to make maps.
Okay.
What defines creature?
Pretty much anything.
Any
Okay, 'cause it
living
says
thing.
if the target is a creature, it must blah blah blah. But that includes.
Creatures are like animals.
Does that include?
Not monsters. Humanoids would be people. Some animals like gnolls, I believe, are considered humanoid. But a creature would be like a wolf or some types of monsters. But that's a pretty general term of like pretty much anything can be hit by that spell.
But not humanoids.
Well, a creature and humanoids are very similar. I guess in that sense, if the creature is making a saving throw, then it would just be any sentient being.
Okay.
What was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought. Yeah, so like I was saying, there's some D&D specific programs that I'm looking into that have things for like terrain and dungeon maps and stuff like that. So I'm looking into that. It's not super important right now because I'm not going to be hounding you guys about like, oh, that's 30 feet away. You can only move. You know, I don't care about that. It's just for like added fluff. But yeah, so you guys, like I said, you guys have that quest to retrieve the saddle that you guys rightfully are owed. And then you also have the opportunity to explore a little bit. If you want to explore Lacera and kind of learn more about the surroundings, meet some NPCs, look into some questions you may have about the world or things that have happened to your characters in their past. So yeah, so I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to explore a little bit. If you like, if you don't, we can go straight into the mission, or if you want to do the mission first and then explore, you know, whatever. It's your guys' decision. Okay, so then...
or do we want to get straight to?
Well, we're almost done. Morvess has a little bit more character creation stuff to do. Yeah,
More things?
you get fighting style, your spellcasting ability, and divine smite.
Wow.
Ooh.
You get a fighting style?
Just carry me, guys. Carry me.
What is spell save DC? What does that mean?
You guys are both
Spell save DC. I'm not breaking any rules. You're breaking rules. There are no rules in this D&D game.
There is one rule.
Because it says it can make a wisdom check against your spell save DC. What does that mean?
I have to look up. There's some numbers that you add, and basically the spell save DC is the minimum number that they have to beat to survive whatever effects, or to negate whatever effects the spell has. I can't remember how you add it up. Sorry, I'm getting some messages.
Sorry, I'm trying to write this.
No, it's okay. Actually, it might say over here.
Hopefully I can read that.
If one of you guys in the chat remembers how to calculate your spell save DC, help a sister out.
Well, hopefully it won't come up too soon. Okay, so this is done.
Yeah, awesome. I'll take that, and then I'll make a note of, you said you got
Cure wounds and Wrathful Smite.
Wrathful?
That's, yes. Why did you want me to...
Wrathful Smite?
Smite, yeah. I mean, there were a couple of other smites. Okay. Thunderous Smite was tempting.
Smite! So for you, you're going to get another smite either way. So you have a fighting style. At level 2, you adopt a fighting style as your specialty. The options are defense. While wearing armor, you gain a +1 bonus to AC. Dueling, when you are wielding a melee weapon in one hand and no other weapons in the other, you get a +2 bonus to damage rolls with the weapon. Great weapon fighting, when you roll a 1 or a 2 on damage die for an attack you make with a melee weapon specifically. Though you are wielding with 2 hands, do you have what weapon do you have?
It just says sword.
Okay.
Javelin and sword. Why do you have a shield?
You have a shield
does
too.
that count as a weapon, like for the one-handed? Like,
so when you're carrying your shield, you get bonus AC, which makes it harder for you to hit. But you can only use your weapon with one hand.
Right.
If you're not using a shield, you can use your weapon with two-handed, and you do a little bit more damage.
But there's one of those fighting styles. It was like if you don't have a weapon in your other hand, but the shield doesn't count, right?
the shield would count because you're still holding something in your other hand. What do I do with my hands, right?
Yeah.
So basically, if you great weapon fighting is it has to do with wielding your weapon with 2 hands, but I'm pretty sure you said that you wanted to do sword and shield, right?
Yes.
Okay. Protection. When a creature you see attacks a target other than you that is within 5 feet of you, so that like if you're standing there and Isil is standing within 5 feet of you and she gets attacked, then you can use your reaction to impose a disadvantage on the attack roll, but you must be wielding a shield. So if Isil is about to get hit by a kobold, you can say, wait, she's right next to me. I am using my protection to give the kobold disadvantage, but you have to be using your shield.
Protect me, please.
So are you like more of a DPS fighter or a tanky
You
fighter?
2 are the main damage dealers of the party.
But we're also the tanks and the healer.
Well, you're the tanks, but you also do damage. All of you guys do damage, but you guys have the most health, so you can take the most hits, but you...
so wait, we do the most damage, take the most damage, and
you don't
do the
necessarily
healing.
do the most damage, but you do damage.
Okay. But I'm just wondering if, like, her style, like, I want to complement it. So if
she's also a protection fighter, so she gets you.
But you're
took
doing
protection,
2-handed.
right?
Yeah, I'm doing the dual
wielding means she has 2 weapons.
Yeah, so that's not protection.
So it's
not at
2.
all. Yeah, because I can see it says 2-handed. So yeah, then I can go protection because she's doing more DPS.
Okay, so go ahead, and do you have space on one of those note cards?
I will die.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so on top of the left-hand side, protection. So that just means, like I said, you get to impose disadvantage, which is the opposite of advantage, which means you roll twice and take the lower instead of rolling twice to take the higher. Next time you guys level up, we'll do all of this outside of...
Welcome, Gary McDirt.
I don't care if he yells at me.
Why would he yell at you?
I'm following my rules. It's one of my D&D friends from other groups. But yeah. So,
why are we getting yelled at?
No, I'm getting yelled at.
Don't yell at her. Don't yell
for breaking rules DM. That I don't follow.
People see it's okay. I don't know. It looks dark.
It looks fine on the computer.
Okay.
Yeah.
And a creature.
What was I saying? I don't even remember. You made me lose my train of thought. Oh yeah, next time we'll do character management stuff out of stream, just because it takes a long time, and it's easier to do like one-on-one, just super quick. And as you guys level up, there's less to do. But the health and stuff, that all you do every time you level up. So.
Oh, that toaster toe.
That toaster, yes.
Gochujin-sama, thank you for joining.
Yes, Gary is a nerd. Gary Sama is a nerd. Mary,
hey.
Isil, we finished yours, right?
Yes.
And we finished yours?
I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
For the most part?
I just wrote down the cunning action.
Okay, yeah, that was the only thing you got for this this level. Thank you for everybody who's joining us. We're doing some character management stuff right now, so it's a little slow. But we will start soon. Did you guys kind of think about, I know I mentioned it, Morvess,
to explore.
Morvess was writing, but do you guys want to explore a little bit first and then kind of get on to the...
Sure, we can explore.
Okay.
I don't particularly mind either way.
I want to ask my criminal friends questions. Just kidding.
Sure, you can do whatever the heck you want. Also, Isil, you learned some things about your character. Do you want to share them with the rest of the party?
I do.
Or?
There is no secrets among my teammates.
Okay. So let me just give a little bit of background first. Isil is a hermit, and hermits... Are you a hermit? Yeah, you're a hermit. I always get urchin and hermit mixed up. But hermits have the feature of discovery. So while they were out in the wilderness by themselves, learning things about the world, she made a discovery. And I told her what that discovery was. Do you want to share that with the rest of the party?
So, you're not going to believe this, but I've actually died.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So I have died.
So you're undead.
No, I am not an undead because when I was dead, there was a higher being. I don't really know what kind of magical person, creature, being, god, goddesses it was, but he or she brought me back to life. And now it's like I've been given a second life.
So you're not undead, you're
so
just
she's not
real
undead.
I am.
She eats,
Your real life.
sleeps, drinks.
You just got rest.
Yes.
Yes.
Big res.
Yes.
So you got your spell casting. Your spell casting ability, Morvess, is going to be charisma. So when you roll, you will add your charisma to your roll. Here it is. Spell saves DC is 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your charisma modifier. So there should be a spot there might be a spot on the character sheet for your DC. Actually, may I see one of your things? I believe it's on the spell sheet. This has multiple sheets on it. So Morvess, there should be is there someone in the chat? Okay. Thank you, Toaster-sama. So the last sheet in your character sheet should be your spell sheet. And what you can do there is, actually, do you have any cantrips? I forgot to check. You don't get any cantrips, do you?
I write the spells that I just got, right?
Yeah, so those are under first. Yeah, you don't know any cantrips. Do paladins not learn any cantrips? That's wild. So you don't know any 0 level spells. 0 level spells are cantrips, which you can just cast whenever. So you can go ahead and put in your 2 first level spells, and then at the top, it'll say spellcasting ability, which you can write CHA for charisma.
It's already there.
And then spell save DC is going to be,
thing we talked about.
Yes, it's going to be 8 plus your proficiency bonus, which should be 2. So 8 plus 2.
Why is it 2?
Because that is what it is determined in the book. It says
all paladins.
Yeah. So you have a proficiency bonus plus 2 until 5th level.
Okay, so it's
8 plus 2 plus whatever your charisma modifier is.
Plus charisma.
Yeah. So whatever
it's
the
5, isn't it? Or no, it's 3.
Yeah. So 8 plus 2 plus 3.
So 13.
So that means when you attack a creature, in order to save the spell and negate whatever effects it has on it, they have to roll at least a 13. And then your spell attack modifier is your proficiency bonus plus your charisma modifier. So there's also on the very far right a little bubble for your spell attack bonus. And that's going to be your proficiency bonus, so 2, plus whatever your charisma modifier is.
5.
Yeah, so you're going to add that to your damage when you roll.
Since his abilities only give me...
excuse me. You're going to add that to your attack roll. So whatever you roll for your d20. Excuse me. You also get Divine Smite. Starting at 2nd level, when you hit a creature with a melee weapon attack, you can expend 1 spell slot to deal radiant damage to the target, in addition to the weapon's damage. The extra damage is 2d8 for a 1st level spell slot, plus 1d8 for each spell level higher than 1st. The damage increases by 1d8 if the target is undead or a fiend. So
yeah, cool.
How many spell slots do you have right now?
I have just 2, right?
Spell slots?
Actually, I don't even know.
So you have 2 first level spell slots at the moment. So you can only...
Total 2.
Yeah, so total spell slots you have 2. So if you want to... Is it stuck to your bracelet?
How did this happen?
I don't know.
What's going on? Magic! You learned a spell.
There you go.
I just didn't want to rip it.
So when you make a melee attack, if you want to deal some extra damage, you can burn one of those spell slots. The only thing is you only get those spell slots back after a long rest. So that's going to be 8 hours of sleep. That's going to be like a full night's rest. So at low level, it might not be the best to use unless you're in like a big boss fight. But that's going to be the last thing you're going to write on your... It's going to be on the right-hand side, the left column. And that's going to be the last thing that you write on your character sheet. If you need... excuse me. On another note card. Do you need another one?
Yeah, I already had to... Yes.
There you go. And I can hole punch these and add them to your little rings as well.
True Wounds was such an easy one.
Yes. Like I said, this isn't the most efficient way, but it's not everybody has a copy of the Player's Handbook, and I don't expect you guys to spend $30 on a copy of a D&D book. So I have this instead this semester.
I didn't even share that.
All right, so after that, character creation will be through. Well, not character creation, character management. And then...
You guys should figure out where we want to go.
Yes, so you guys kind of came to the consensus that you want to explore Lacera a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what do you guys want to look for? Do you guys want to look for people to talk to, find information? I know you have some contacts, criminal contacts, Plysir. So kind of, think about what you guys want to do.
Do you think my criminal friends would know anything about the weird stuff going on with the Druids? Are we going to help them? Is that a thing? Or are we just moving on with our lives? Guys.
So, I guess, quick recap. You guys have promised to help the Druids figure out what is going wrong with their magic. So, something is wrong. There's a magical imbalance somewhere, and it's causing their spell casting to be affected. So things like werewolves, like they're not werewolves, but druids who can
Shift.
Why is that such a hard word to pronounce? They're shifting without trying. The spells are, they're aggroing the wrong people, stuff like that. So that was your guys' promise. If you don't keep on that promise, I can't tell you what's going to happen to you or to the druids.
We are keeping promise. We wouldn't lie. So let's go.
I don't know.
Our roguish friend over here.
Her entirely.
So you guys kind of signed yourself up, and who knows? It could affect you guys too.
Yes. Well, that sounds interesting. Let's go investigate.
I don't have any magic things yet, so I think I'm safe for now. The druid keeper, Athena, she is kind of like the leader of the local druid tribe. Druids are kind of nomadic clans, and she came with you guys when you brought the princess back to negotiate with the king and queen, and allowed their help. Usually druids are kind of stick to themselves. They don't really like contact with other people. They kind of like to stick to themselves. They move around. If there's a town that's too close and the people are kind of coming into their territory, they'll move. So the druids have agreed to keep kind of an amicable relationship with the humans, but their magic is out of whack. So they can't necessarily, what's the word? Be relied on.
No. They can't necessarily keep themselves in check. So the wolf attacks were unprovoked attacks. They were accidental attacks. So they weren't attacking these people on purpose. They were attacking them because they couldn't control their magic. So while this magical imbalance is still happening, there's no guarantee that more people won't get attacked if they go into the forest. So there's kind of like, a pro and a con to it.
Yeah.
But you have made an alliance with the druids, you're helping them.
Okay.
So, but they're back in the forest. So if you want to go talk to them and get more information, you're going to have to go back to Selden's Grove.
We can see what we can find out here about like the magical imbalance. Maybe is affected.
If there's any other magic users in the town.
I'm sure there's other magical user beings.
See if they noticed anything.
So if you guys want to look for people who use magic, that would be either an arcana check or a history check. Because you're either going to be using your knowledge of the people in the city, or you're just going to say, okay, here's my magic juice. I'm just going to, put my antenna out there and look for more magic.
We know. Is there like a magic shop or guild or something?
Is there a guild?
If you've lived in the town your whole life, then you would. But I don't think any of you necessarily said that you were from Lacera.
Okay.
So in that case, if you wanted to,
you
would either have to walk around and look, or you could use a history roll to recall information about the town.
So I don't. Do we have a history bonus check, or
yeah?
We just have an arcana.
If we wanted to talk to like the
the criminals and see if maybe they know anything?
Oh.
What checks would that be?
So for you, you have a feature of a criminal contact.
Oh.
Right? It should be in your little...
it's in the... I remember.
Yeah, so for you, you can send out a carrier pigeon, or if you know...
Oh, so we can just do that
or if you know, you may know of criminals in the city. So I can tell you, because of the criminal contact, if you know criminals in the city because of that.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to go the criminal route, we can go the criminal route, but I don't know how the righteous members of the rest of your party would feel about that.
She can do what she wants, but...
But you're not
just want to
I'm
get
not involved in
information.
that.
But you're not involved in
You
it?
can send out a
I won't
pigeon.
be doing
In the
any crime.
meantime, can I roll an Arcana check?
Yes.
To,
so it's
find
going to
out-
be a D20, which is this guy, the weird-shaped one, the big one.
How do I send a pigeon?
Plus whatever your... I'm not going to make you send a pigeon.
Oh.
Just give me a sec.
Okay.
Plus whatever
An owl.
the number next to your
Okay.
next to
The
your
plus
Arcana
2.
check is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna roll one.
First
let's see.
check of the game.
Yes, let's go. High roll.
Blah, 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 blah.
13?
Got 13.
13 plus 2?
13 plus 2. 15.
Alrighty. So you you're not a magic user, but something that in your past, you're a little in tune. You've maybe had a friend or a mentor who taught you a little bit about magic, and you kind of just put your nose to the air, and you're just looking for that magical energy that's kind of pulling you this way and that way. And you guys are at the castle. You start in the middle of the city at the castle,
Yes.
and you kind of get pulled north. Up to the northernmost entrance of Lacera. Lacera is kind of like a compass rose. There's a northeast, south, and west exit.
Yes.
And you're walking through this bustling market. There's in the background, you hear people harking their wares. You smell food. You're getting a little distracted, and then oh wait, no, it's pulling you over here. And you stop at the northernmost gates of Lacera. Now, are you going by yourself? Morvess, are you going with her?
Wait,
She's
doing the thief?
No, we're searching after some magical user or being that could possibly be affected by what the Druids
Yeah,
are
there's a
being
strong
affected
magical
by.
presence that's
Okay.
pulling.
No, I'll go with that.
Do you want to go with them?
Or are you gonna
You can still do your criminal stuff.
your criminal quest.
stuff.
I can simultaneously do that, or
You
I
really
can just break
agree
off
to
and
meet up.
Yeah, if you want, we can split the party, but I'm gonna do their stuff first. Is that okay?
Yeah. I'll just go with them.
Okay. So all three of you, Isil is kind of pulling you towards the northernmost entrance of Lacera, and so it's like a compass rose. So you're directly in the middle,
Can
and
I
you're
see
going
the map
up.
again, please?
Oh yeah. I want to put it down in front of you guys, but I also have notes that I need to look at.
Oh, that's okay.
So I can't just like toss it down for you guys.
Your notebook has notebooks.
Her notebook has
So organized. I love it. I love an organizer.
So you guys,
love
the
to
little
organize
crown in the
this
middle of
way.
the map is
And then we're going north?
Yes, you're going to the northern.
Wait, what is this skull? Yeah, that's bad
on the
news.
back, it's a graveyard.
Oh.
So it's like a cemetery.
Okay, so we're
We're
definitely
going
towards
to death.
there.
Yeah.
Got it.
So,
Okay.
as I explained, Lacera is kind of like a walled-in kingdom. But over the years, it's been expanding rapidly. So, as you get to this northernmost exit of the kingdom, there's a large gate and these thick stone walls that are kind of in a circular shape. And you look out the gate, and you see there's small developments of houses in the nearby plains, kind of just small little cabins and stuff. People are moving outside of the walls because there's no more room. There's not a lot out here though. But when you exit, I'm assuming you guys exit, correct?
Yes.
You're leaving the city. Are you okay with that?
Okay, yeah.
She's still being pulled. She is getting pulled.
Going towards the pool.
And
Going towards trouble.
and
You should ask questions.
Should have went
sometime.
and done my criminal stuff.
and you exit the gate. There are some guards there. They give you a nod as you leave, and you kind of stop. You're at this northernmost entrance, and like I said, in front of you there's the rolling hills. If I have this back, in relation to the map. So the northern plains are right above Lacera. So this is like a kind of grassy flatland area. And then this little bump
right here,
Mm-hmm.
is on the other map where the graveyard is.
Okay.
So you guys are like right out here.
Yep. We're at the graveyard.
And originally, you know, when the kingdom was built, it wasn't expected that people were going to be living out there, so they put the graveyard out. So there's just kind of like to your right, there's like a graveyard. There's like it's well managed, it's well maintained. There's
on the right?
It's right or left, I don't know,
Left on the
whatever
map.
it is on the map. I can't remember. This map is subject to change.
Yes.
But to your left, it's left on the map, right?
Yes.
To your left, there's a graveyard.
Yes.
It's well maintained. It doesn't look, you know, creepy or there's no weird smells. And there's a little hut.
Okay.
That's kind of pressed up against, like almost built into the wall. It doesn't even look like a hut. It's almost like a shanty shack.
Okay.
But this is where the magical energy is kind of bringing you.
Oh, can we go check out this hut?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, we've come this
So
far.
we walked all the way here, so and we're going in.
This is where I'm gonna need my notes back.
How far did we
Okay.
walk?
You are. It's not a long walk. Maybe 15, 20-ish minutes. I don't know how long walks are. Where did I? Here we go. So, who is walking up to this hut? Morvess?
I'm still in the back.
Okay.
With her shield
So-
out.
Morvess,
I'm a Brigitte,
you're
basically. So-
yeah. So your boots are kind of crunching on the grass, and you hear like a kind of rustling coming from this hut, and then you hear a oh visitors! I have visitors! Oh my goodness! And there's like rustling, and there's like clatters of pots and pans, and there's like, you know, shuffling, and, you know, things are being thrown around, and out pops this little person. They're a human size, but they're kind of small stature. Covered in not a hobbit, just like a
That's
short.
halfling.
Yeah, that would be like a halfling in this universe. So this is a short person. They have this very interesting. Oh, I see some chats. I don't have the Twitch chat open on my phone.
It's not.
Oh,
What is
it?
mine keeps freezing. I don't think
I
my
was trying to get it on mine.
my phone can't really support it even with the Wi-Fi.
I'll go on mine.
Okay, no, I have it up right here. So you hear this kind of like this like nervous, like excited, like moving around, and this person pops out. They are covered in like rags. Not like a homeless person, but just like their clothes is like very patchwork. Blues, grays, blacks, just like different weird robes, and their body is completely covered. They've got gloves on, they have boots on, and they're wearing a mask that is a large mask. You can't see this person's face. And it's a raven's face, like a crow's face. And it's this big black mask, and they have this big black hat on. So kind of like a plague doctor-esque kind of thing. And they say, hello, welcome. I never get visitors here. This is kind of weird. Why are you guys here? What's up? None of you are dead, right? And they kind of like poke their head at you like a bird would, and they're kind of poking at you and looking, and you can't really tell if they're actually looking at you because they're just kind of like, yeah, so you can't see this person's face, you can't see this person's eyes, but they're like not nervously, but they're just like excited, like hopping around kind of, and very like it's almost like a bird, like the way that they kind of their mannerisms, it's very weird.
I think it is a bird.
It's not a bird. Okay, so I guess I would ask if they're the undertaker.
So yeah, this person
figure out
is
what
like
are they
saying
doing?
hello.
Are they in a house? They were in a house, right?
No,
They
this
were?
person came out of a little shack. So kind of like a lean-to shanty shack
Like, what's
that's
it
built
doing
against the wall of
there?
Lacera.
Okay.
I think you should use your people skill check, yes, and get
Oh,
information
I
about
have
this
people skills.
person.
So if you
But I
wanted
mean,
to
Just,
What would we be
explain.
trying to convince
Yeah.
him?
Okay.
I guess
So
I don't have to convince
for
him of anything.
Yeah,
a
I guess.
charisma roll, it would be like there's a couple charisma-based stats like
I don't have
intimidation
any.
and stuff like that.
Oh, no.
So if you were trying to convince this person, if you're trying to lie
will
to this person,
intimidate
Oh,
them.
that's
But
charisma.
that's-
Okay.
yes.
No, we
But
just want
first
information.
Let's just ask him some questions.
And then if it
Yeah.
becomes adversarial, I will intimidate.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
this person
Okay.
is very small compared to you, Morvess. So
Yes,
I don't.
that's why I think it would be
Yeah,
very,
like just a little
I could just
hurt.
like
Okay.
represent.
So this person.
I'm dragging
This
it. I'm
person
big.
also, you can't tell their gender either.
Okay.
This person is kind of just like, you think that they're looking expectantly at you, but you can't really tell because they're kind of like not anxiously, I keep saying anxiously, not anxiously, but like kind of, just like moving around. They're just always moving.
I guess I would just say, hello, my name is Isil, and this is my friends. We're out here
Hi.
trying to get some answer to some questions. There's some weird things going on in town with magical user. We just wondered if you've been affected at all.
They kind of take this stance. Their hand is on their hip. Their other hand, if you could see their chin, you're assuming that it's like on their chin, just kind of thinking, looking around, and they say, well, nothing's wrong with me. Everybody's in their graves. Nobody has tried to come out recently. Everything's pretty good here. I nothing's wrong. Everything's peachy.
You know, you keep bringing up dead people and people coming out of their graves. I wonder, has there been any weird occurrences with dead people lately?
Not recently. No, not recently. Just, every once in a while, you get a little antsy. You're trapped in that coffin, and you're just gonna stretch a little bit. Flap your wings. And they're kind of just like, how birds do little hops and stuff. They're just a lot of weird, just kind of just not really making a lot of sense. Just kind of talking.
Are you dead?
Am I dead? No. Look at me. And they pinch themselves, but they're not pinching themselves. They're pinching this like thick layer of like cloth and like robes that are covering them. Look at me. No. Look, I have a pulse. Feel. And they throw out a wrist for you, but it's like a wrist that's covered in like not bandage, but like wraps and gloves and layers and layers and layers. And they say, here.
Something's
I would
going
just say,
on
what
here.
are
I'm
you
hiding in
doing
the back
here?
now.
What are you doing here?
What am I doing here? What do you mean, what am I doing here? What do I look like? I run this place. But they obviously look like they belong there.
Well, I don't know who like
They run the graveyard?
yeah. What, are they an undertaker or like I don't know.
Oh wait, you did ask. That was one of the things you asked. Sorry, I got. They nod and they say, yeah, Undertaker. I guess. I like to call myself friend of the dead. I just dead people. They get this rap and dead people aren't that bad. They're just they just wanna relax, or some of them want to be with their families, and some of them just want to talk. All they want to do is yap, talk.
So you speak to the dead frequently?
I guess. It's more like they talk to me. Sometimes I talk to them. I got some friends and they point to a grave. Over there, that's Robert. I don't know. He's a little bit of a hothead. And they're like whispering, but the whispers are kind of muffled in their mask. The guy next to him, they weren't friends in life. So they get a little antsy sometimes. There's a little bit of bone rattling, and this person's kind of just like prattling on and on and on. So if one of you wanted to talk, you kind of definitely a little forceful interjection.
I mean, you were dead once. Maybe you know about being dead.
Ask them if they were rezzed as well.
So I will say, you don't remember a lot. You distinctly remember dying. You remember, I don't know, maybe you fell off of a cliff, or an animal attacked you, something. You physically remember dying. And after that, you remember this kind of like, what is the word? Ethereal? Ethereal.
Ethereal.
Yes.
There you go.
This ethereal place and this kind of calmness that you felt, and then a presence, some sort of magical presence, and then after that, sputtering back to life. You don't know how long it was. You don't know how long you were dead for. You still don't know, who, what, when, where, or why. So that's all you know. If you wanted to recall any more information, you would have to go to someone else because you don't know anything.
Is there any of your friends that we can talk to right now, or when will they be awake again? Do you know?
I don't know. They really like to be woken up, you know? They get a little cranky, and then sometimes they get a little antsy, and then someone's trying to come out, and then it's this whole big thing, and then the city guard's really on my tail about dead people, and dead things, and dead animals, and dead energy, and yada yada yada. So I try not to, but sometimes, I gotta, whack 'em.
So do you interact with the guards often?
We kind of have a unspoken agreement. I don't mess with them, they don't mess with me. I like to do my own thing. I'm Birdy, by the way. My name is Birdy.
Oh,
I'm Birdy. What's your name? What's your name?
I'm
And they look at
Morvess.
you.
I'm Morvess.
Morvess. What's your name?
Isil.
Isil. What's your name?
Plysir.
Plysir. And it's like they're saying it's maybe, I don't know, maybe they remember this person's weird. And they say, city guard. There's a couple people on city guard who don't really like me, and they come over here and they poke and they prod and they stick their swords in the dirt, and they have to go back in the dirt and put some seeds on there, and then I have to wait for the flowers to grow to cover the hole. And like I said, this place is very well maintained. It doesn't look sketchy. It doesn't smell. The grass is pretty. There's flowers. There's, bumblebees. It looks like a very lush place.
They're just crazy.
You're not dead now, but were you ever dead?
What kind of question is that? And they kind of start laughing. They do a little knee slap. And they say, what kind of question is that? That's preposterous.
Oh, I mean, things can happen, but if anyone else has questions. Well.
Why do you wear that silly mask?
Why do you wear your silly armor?
Well.
I wear this mask because I like it.
Well,
And it's fashionable. Very fashionable, and keeps you warm. Warm.
So just dealing with crazies. I mean, I don't know where this magic train took us.
This is where the magic led us? To
Well, because there's undead that are rising up. That's not very normal.
Do you, by
Wait, they are?
chance,
Wait, they
raise
are?
the dead? Or...
I don't raise the dead. I put the dead to sleep.
And how do you do that exactly?
Well, and they kind of like meander a little bit, and they're like hopping back from one foot to the other, and they say, well, I can't really tell you. It's a secret.
Well, we're friends now. I always keep my secrets.
Time for your charisma roll.
Yeah.
Get that secret
Time-
out.
Time to deceive him into giving me the secrets.
You can do good cop and I can be bad.
Oh,
So-
I mean, I'm
You
I'm
can
sure
persuade and I can intimidate.
Ooh.
Cool. I mean, do we? Yes.
I would like some
If you want to try and sweet talk information out of Birdy, you can.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll a d20 and then add whatever your charisma modifier is to it. There's no
Wait,
sweet
which
talking
charisma?
There is a persuasion.
Oh,
one
there's
is
persuasion. Yeah, charisma,
There
persuasion.
should be persuasion. I
Oh,
forgot
okay.
about that. I called
Okay.
it sweet talking.
Oh yeah, she has a +3. I remember.
Yeah.
I'm persuasive. All right. 12, 15.
What do you say to Birdy?
I ask. I say what I just said. Well, we're friends now, and I'm a very good secret keeper.
Why is it playing Studio Ghibli music? I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I just realized, I was like, why is the Spirited Away song playing?
I know. I did notice that.
I don't know how long that had been going on for. So we'll kind of repeat what you said. So Birdie's kind of like humming and hawing. They're not really sure. So what are you saying to them?
That's convincing. Well, I want to say that I promise not to tell that you told, and that I'm a really good secret keeper. Wink. But I don't know how convincing that would be.
Are you saying exactly that? I mean, try your best. Think. Roleplay.
Use my brains. Okay, so I'm trying to convince him to give her more information. What would be?
I don't know. I would probably say like, it must be really hard being here all alone by yourself, and I'd really like to be your friend. So, is there anything you'd like to tell me? Because I probably have a lot of things going on. Maybe I can help you because I really want to help you.
Who's persuading them now? Isil or?
No. Well,
Just
he doesn't
hints.
seem like
I have no persuasion skill.
He didn't seem like he needed help. He just has information that he doesn't want to give up for some reason because it's a secret. Well, I know you talk to your friends here quite a bit, but I'm sure it's much more fun to talk to people who are living, and if you would like, I'm here to lend an ear if you have anything that you would like to tell me.
Birdy they're still hemming and hawing. They say, well, the problem is, and they kind of lean in close and they say, if I tell you, they'll attack you. And they point to a tree in the middle of the graveyard that is full of ravens.
Ooh.
It's full of crows.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I'm scared of birds. Does anyone have any ideas? I mean, scary birds, not cute birds.
How about, well, Birdy, I know you're scared of them, but...
No. I'm not scared of them.
Clearly friends with
sorry.
them.
What are you talking about? They're just a little picky, you know?
Okay. Well, Birdy, I know you're worried about us, but we're actually really
away from the tree.
Wow.
I can handle some.
Yeah, we're actually
it's just some
pretty
birds.
strong, and my friend here has a really big armor, so we're not so afraid of the crows. I think we can handle it.
Are you trying to persuade as well? Or are you just...
I just want to know what the secret is.
I can continue to persuade.
Well, if Isil is talking now, if Isil is trying to convince Birdy that they're strong enough to fight the birds, then that's going to be a persuasion roll. So you go ahead and roll, and then add whatever your persuasion modifier
I have
is.
a 0.
That's
persuasion.
Base
This
roll.
one?
Yeah, D20.
10. Told
Wait.
ya.
It's 18.
That's an 18!
Wow!
And I have my glasses on too.
Well, the dice is not... These are dice from, just, Amazon or whatever. They're not the highest quality. Birdy says, no. I don't doubt you guys. You guys look fancy. You got all the shiny armor. You got the pointy sticks and, all that stuff. But you really don't want to mess with these guys. You really don't. I don't even want to mess with them.
Are they magical?
No, they're just birds. But you don't want to mess with them.
We just want to talk to them. We don't want to mess with them, but we still want to.
You want to talk
go
to
there.
birds?
Well,
You guys are crazy.
Even I'm a
want to
little
talk
bit
to birds.
I know, right?
Why
That's
are you
why.
afraid of the birds if we're crazy for wanting to talk to them?
I mean, you guys can try, but they're just a bunch of birds. It's just a murder of crows.
Murderous crows?
Murder of crows.
Murder.
And Birdy kind of stomps their feet and says, "Murder of crows. Murderous murder of crows."
What's that?
That's what a group of crows is called.
Oh.
Well, being as our shield and protection is gone.
Yeah, Morvess stepped away for a second.
Okay.
They're in spirit, now here in body.
Yes.
Okay.
So Birdy has told you that you guys don't want to mess with these crows.
Yes, but I didn't quite get it. What was she can't tell us the secret.
No.
No.
Birdy can't tell you guys what they do or what magical prowess they have, because the birds will attack you.
How about what if
we
we got rid of the crows?
Or what if we go away from... If we talk somewhere else, will you feel safe talking to us away from the birds?
Birdy shakes their head and says, "No, the birds they're everywhere."
I think this time I say what if there were scarier things than just birds?
Right.
Oh, she wants to try her intimidation.
Birdy, how big are you? Morvess? You're a dragon.
I'm dragonkin, so
she wants to try the intimidation.
So they're bigger. They're bigger than humans. But you know, are you tall and lean? Are you like big and bulky? Like, kind of describe Morvess.
You know, definitely. I thought the dragonkin were supposed to be tall, right? And relatively muscular, especially with the armor. It's kind of hard to tell, but I'm certainly a lot taller than Birdy.
Okay,
and you know, I have the dragon skin, right?
And you've got your big paladin armor. Are you looking for a
paladin armor?
Oh, water's from the tap. Sorry, the ice might be frozen by now.
Oh, and
yes.
If I'm being intimidating, I can like speak and then put just a little bit of the cold in the breath because I have a frost breath weapon. I can just kind of like feel the chill.
Do you feel the chill in your bones? Are you scared?
Nature.
So
just
yeah. Go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
Intimidation check.
Intimidation. Excuse me.
Roast him. I'm just kidding.
All right. I rolled a 19 plus 5.
Wow.
I have a plus 5, so that's 24.
Right, we better get some
Wow.
We better get some answers.
He's really convinced now.
Despite your incredibly high roll, actually, what are you saying to Rolly? To Birdy?
So I'm saying that there might be scarier things, like vaguely implying me, than the crows if we don't find out what's going on here.
Yes, the purple ones. I don't like the green ones.
I like those.
Thank you.
I've never had octopus before.
I only had real octopus.
This is real octopus. What are you talking about?
Wait, is this mine?
So,
it is.
Despite your abnormally high roll and this
skills.
and this intimidating aura you have in the breath weapon, Birdy is just kind of looking at you, up at you, with their hands on their hips, kind of, you know, and says, look, you guys come in here into my graveyard. You threaten my birds. I don't appreciate that.
Oh.
And you start to feel this kind of like weird shift.
Ooh.
It's not necessarily like a menacing shift, but there's like a shift. There's no undead suddenly popping out of the ground, but you feel a shift. And Birdy says, now look, I'll give you all the talking to that you want. I'll talk to you all gosh darn day. I've been talking to some of these guys for years. I can talk all day long. But I don't appreciate you guys coming in my safe place, my home, and talking to me and my birds like that.
Oh, man.
You guys good cop? I'm bad cop.
Can we sense any energy? Is it like is there an ominous energy exuding forth from this birdie?
I forgot to tell you, when you came up to this graveyard, there's a feeling of necrotic, some sort of necrotic magic.
Yeah, I'm starting to get a bad feeling about this.
Not necessarily an evil magic, but part of an Arcana check is that I can tell you if you roll high enough what kind of magic you're feeling. It's definitely a strong aura of necrotic magic, but it's not a menacing magic. And so this kind of shift snap.
Sounds like an unholy magic to me.
I say push further.
If you wanted to, because I'm telling you, you feel this shift. If you want to look into this shift of magic more, that would be another Arcana check. Or, I don't think. No, that is not a spell that Morvess has yet.
Can we get some truth
sense.
spell, please? Can I get some truth spell up in here?
Can I have a loaf of bread so I can bribe him?
I would like a truth spell.
I still don't know.
You guys have rations. If you wanna, you guys all have rations in your pack. If you want to take a piece of rations and use that, you could.
My patience wearing thin. I had to get some answers.
Yeah. Well, she just did bad cop. Now we gotta butter him up with good cop.
You can use your divine sense if you want. Only thing is I'm pretty sure. Oh, as an action, I thought it was a once a day thing.
Do you have any?
Yeah, you can use your divine sense if you want.
Does it not have cooldown?
No, I thought it was a once a day thing, but it just says as an action.
Oh, it says you can use the feature number time 1 plus your charisma modifier.
Oh yeah, so what is your charisma modifier?
3. So
you can use it 4 times a day.
Yeah, I'll pop it. I'll pop one of them.
Okay, so how do you do this? What are you doing to conjure up this divine sense? Actually, can I read
and
that
what is
one
it?
more time?
Can we know what it is?
It's this ability I have.
So
to
yeah,
sense
it's an ability
evil.
until the end of your turn. You know the location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet of you that is not behind total cover. You know the type of any being whose presence you sense, but not its identity. Within the same radius, you can also detect the presence of any place or object that has been consecrated or desecrates, as with the hollow spell. What did I write? I don't know. So yeah, basically it tells you if there's any big nasties in the area.
Like to make a hallowed area, or like hallow in that sense. So, you know, clearly I think something untoward is going on here. So, you know, I attune myself to, you know, the divinity that as a paladin have, and like try and reach out and sense, you know, if there is like light or darkness in this.
So are you trying to be sneaky about this, or do you want Birdy to know that you're going to be sifting through their belongings?
I'm not going through their belongings in a physical sense, right?
Yeah, but is this
you know, what if I wanted to?
Is this kind of like a more subtle thing, or are you taking a second? Are you getting down on your knees and praying to your god, or are you kind of just doing this subtly?
I'm just sort of like, you know, I'm closing my eyes and like feeling.
Okay.
More things. Like, they can tell that I'm doing something, but it's not that it's like over the top.
Yeah. So obviously you're in a graveyard. You feel like I said, the necrotic energy, but it's not. There are no undead. There are no. Nothing's about to pop out of the ground. Granted, you can't see the bodies that are in the ground. So this is just
total cover.
This is just in your radius. So there's nothing in your line of sight or within that radius that is about to pop out and munch on you. But you do feel that there's an aura of magic coming from Birdy. It's not an evil magic, but you feel an aura of magic.
What about in terms of things being consecrated or desecrated, especially that tree full of crows?
The tree is just a normal tree, but the crows are not exactly normal crows. They're crows, but they are not magic crows. They're just regular old crows, but they have some sort of magic pull to them. It's not, nothing is coming at you, nothing is saying, you know, smite it, but there's definitely some necrotic magic in this area.
Well, I don't think much of necromancy, personally. But, yes.
So your smite senses are tingling either way.
Yeah, but there's nothing here, you know, I'm ultimately a lawful, although it doesn't paladin, so I can't be like just smashing things on suspicion.
Yeah.
Well,
should we just
tell you guys, that I can sense.
Can we smite?
Yeah, so do you tell the rest of your party?
Like I sense something, some sort of necrotic magic here, but
where do you sense it from?
I don't see any undead.
Well, she is sensing that Birdy themselves is some sort of magic user, some sort of magic user that maybe has power over necrotic magic, and the crows themselves are not magic crows, but there's like kind of like a radiation, but like a necrotic magic radiation coming off of them.
I think we should attack Birdy.
What? He won't give us the...
I mean, this talking is kind of going nowhere because then you kind of instigate him, and maybe
Birdy was upset that you guys
attack the birds.
Yeah, exactly.
They
Let's
really
go
don't
for
want
it.
you to attack their birds.
Well, I think maybe if we take a softer approach. I mean,
you're doing good cop.
Yeah,
Fine.
and she's doing
So
we just did
how
bad
about
cop,
we
so
try
let's
good talk one more time, and then afterwards we'll attack Birdy and instigate.
I just don't feel it's justified to attack
Birdy. It's not that you're attacking him, but you're making the action of attacking him and see what will he do to defend himself.
So what's happening? There's a lot of strange conversation going on.
I think we agree that first we're doing
on what we're doing right now.
We're doing first I thought we were doing the good
Birdy,
cop. We're trying good cop
so
first.
Birdy told the bad cop that they really suggest not attacking the birds, and that they're very upset that you would insinuate that you would attack their birds.
Okay.
So now good cop, what are you gonna do?
Good cop comes in, and I don't want anyone to attack your birds either. and I respect your birds 100%. The only issue that we have is that we have questions, and we're just hoping that you'll be so kind as to answer us so that my friend here can have a little peace of mind.
Okay, so since Birdy is a little upset now, you're gonna have to persuade them.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll a persuasion check, and then add your persuasion modifier.
17.
Wow, you guys are rolling like.
We're trying to
really
get the
good.
job done.
What the hell? 20?
This Birdie is so hard to deal with.
So Birdie's.
We're giving it all we got.
I know.
You can't see their face, but they're pouty. They're pouty, and they're kind of again humming and hawing like, oh, I don't know, I'm gonna attack my birds, and they're kind of like mumbling to themselves, something about birds this, birds that, and then you hear some crunching of feet, kind of approaching the graveyard, and then there's a voice that says, Birdie, we have guests, and if when you guys turn around, kind of to this new voice, it's this kind of tall, slender man. You can't tell, he's humanoid, but he's wearing kind of a hooded cover on his head. He's got kind of longish, kind of scraggly blonde hair, very, very pale skin, and very pale eyes. And Birdie kind of peeks over, and says, Percy, we got some meanies here, man. They're coming in here, they're accusing me of being dead, and they're making fun of Robert, and they make fun of my birds, and they try to attack my birds, and I told them don't attack the birds, and they try to attack the birds anyway, and Percy kind of walks over, and it's just kind of like, looks like, oh, here we go again, and like puts their hand on Birdie's shoulder and says, it's okay, Birdie, they're my friends, and Birdie kind of, tilts their head, hands on their hips, and says, I guess. And kind of like kicks the dirt and kind of steps back a little bit. They're a little good, humming and hawing still. And Percy steps forward and says, sorry you had to interact with that. What do you need?
We just want to know what's
No, let's get some
We've
information.
tapped the source of the information.
Good
A
riddance
sane
of
person
Birdie.
to talk to. Well,
Yay,
we just had a few questions. We were in the area trying to just wandering around and sense kind of a strong magical presence from this direction, not saying from anyone specifically, but we were trying to investigate some issues that the Druids were having with their magic, and we were wondering if either you or Birdie had experienced any issues with using magic recently.
He kind of thinks about it and says, well, Birdie is special. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah,
We got
I was about to attack it.
They mean well. But they're not exactly normal. Nothing's wrong with them, but there's just some stuff. And Percy, he seems kind of like laid back. And he says, well, they weren't entirely, lying to you when they said there's some stuff that we can't exactly talk about. There's like some contracts and forms, and we made an oath and yada yada. But yeah, there's some magical stuff that's been going down. Why? What about it?
We're investigating some incidents that have been happening in the nearby area with...
Oh, the Druids, yeah, those guys, man. They use a lot of magic, It's like there's only so much magic to go around. And they have a kind of like a basket full of like market goods. They say, okay, wait here, let me put my stuff down. And he kind of disappears into this little shanty shack, puts his stuff down, comes back out, and says, look, I can't tell you a lot. I promised some people and some things and some lives that I wouldn't, and I won't. So I'll just tell you this. Upstairs, it's a little turbulent. There's some stuff going on.
this guy hates that guy, this god wants to be supreme ruler, and yada yada yada. They all think they're so good and they're so fancy and blah blah blah. And he seems like really disinterested in this kind of like grave sounding situation that he's talking about. And he just says, look, that's about all I can tell you. If you want to learn more, there's really not a lot I can do for you at this current moment.
Well, is there anyone who would have, that you would know, who would have more information that hasn't made the oath not to speak?
Good question.
He shakes his head and says, no, not anyone important. Who would know stuff? And he kind of looks at you, Isil, and he kind of tilts his head, and it almost looks like he's looking through you. And he kind of tilts his head and he like squints for a second and he says, you died recently?
Oh.
Well, how did you know?
You just got this aura,
You glowing.
Like a dead person. As a matter of fact, I did die, but I don't remember much about it. Has anything similar happened to you?
No. But you look kind of familiar. I don't really know. But you look a little familiar. Maybe you just got one of those faces.
Oh. Well, what I do remember is that someone or somebody or magical higher being helped me come back to life, do you know anybody or have you encountered somebody like that?
Do you know who
No,
have brought me
flying
back?
entities.
He kind of looks at you. He like crosses his hands over his chest. He says, do I look like a demigod to you? Do I look like I got some high and mighty powers? And he kind of scoffs and chuckles a little bit. And he says, no, but I got friends in high places. So I can't really help you out. But,
How about these friends?
what friends? You got friends? Everybody has friends.
But the ones in high places.
Well, I mean, I'd be like high as in like, in a tower.
Oh.
Or high as in like in a different plane, but...
Or just did a lot of drugs.
No, he's not high.
He
He's
went
just
to the
disinterested.
Pleasure Dome.
The Pleasure Dome, yes. And he shakes his head and says, look, I told you what I could. If I say any more, bad shit's gonna happen. And he just kind of like scoffs and says, look, I can't really do much for you. Just don't talk to Birdy. Birdy is an interesting character, but it's not. It's worth it, but he's just kind of like mumbling to himself. He just like, seems kind of tired, a little sluggish. And he just says, okay, you dead guy. You probably, maybe something will happen. Who knows? Those guys up there and their resurrections, they try to, I'm going to resurrect this person and try and make them my friend. I'm going to make them owe me something. Blah, blah, blah. And,
oh no.
and
a ticking time bomb.
And he says, keep an ear to the ground, but who knows? He's like being really like, just like wishy-washy. He's not really telling you anything. He'll tell you a little bit, and
okay.
Should I try a persuasion roll?
I think we've gotten all the information we. Well, I mean,
we have nothing.
We have
We
nothing.
got nothing. Should we kill him?
Could I?
No,
we shouldn't.
Can I
No, we're not.
roll a persuasion to see
You
if I can
can.
get anything
you
more
can.
out
But
of
it
him?
seems like
or maybe I'll roll
all
an
of your
Arcana.
attempts, no matter how good
Yeah.
they've been,
Yes,
does
I
not really been
noticed
seeming to
that.
phase these people.
Yeah.
So,
So
We hit a dead end. Okay, so.
but I'm dead end.
I don't know. It's kind of leading us everywhere. We're trying to find this ominous magical energy, and now there's being hinted to resurrection.
I want to ask, him if there's any problems that he thinks that a group of adventurers could help with.
Well, sometimes, the king and queen don't want to give us funding for, like, new headstones and stuff, and, we need a little bit more space out here, and those guys over there are building their buildings, and they're complaining about the smell, but there's no smell. They're just, a little picky. Nothing that you could do, though.
Well...
Look, I think it's just best if you get on with your day, and if you see any crows around...
Kill them?
Burn it.
No.
No.
If you see any crows around, just tell them to go home.
What are we gonna do? This is like a dead end.
We'll just go on explore somewhere else.
I mean, he said talking to Birdy
Is a waste of time, which it was.
It was.
And we
But I
rolled
think-
really well.
we never did try to attack Birdy.
No.
But I don't want to attack. But he said, I mean, okay, well,
maybe
what?
someone could go. I mean,
What are-
as a character, I would never encourage this, but someone could go sneaking around and see if there's anything
let's
interesting.
Yes, while we're attacking Birdy.
No.
You guys also have another mission to accomplish, too.
Which is to go get
Yes,
our
these are related
horse.
missions.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Saddle.
We need our saddle. Well,
We wasted quite a midday here, so
wait, how small a thing
thank
can
you
we
for
saddle?
the
We
information.
like saddle a
Well,
squirrel and turn it
the
into a
saddle...
horse?
Just leave.
You're good.
I was also wondering.
Those
These are like your size, I think. Like there is a pair of black shoes.
Oh, she's saying if you want to try them on, you can take them with you. But you have your motorcycle stuff with you, so I don't know if they would fit in your bag.
oh, that's very
Well, I brought my
cute.
other shoes.
Oh,
so I
They're
could
leather.
put this in there. Yeah. I don't know.
thank you. So yeah, you guys
Look at
do
it,
have
look
you guys do have another quest.
So this is a dead end quest.
Well, I mean, it's just we have to find other avenues to research.
But this is more like contacts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Now-
know these people now.
Now we know.
Oh.
them.
They're gonna go on the list of important characters because they have names.
Oh.
okay.
Birdie and that guy.
Birdie
Percy.
and
Birdie and
Birdie.
Percy.
Percy? Percy has a name?
Yes, Percy has a name.
I guess.
I will
Percy
say
makes
that.
me think of birds also. I don't know why.
Really?
Well,
I
I
know.
guess
I
we.
didn't pick that name.
Good
Because
thing
of how
we're
it-
kind
I know,
of
I really
friends,
didn't, but
I
it's like,
guess.
why does that remind me of birds also? For some
I
reason?
wanted to see what we do if we attacked him.
We had any,
I
like,
mean, they seem to be resisting everything that you did to them. So
Well, should we go back to the city and?
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm bored
Okay.
here.
Well, thank
This
you
is
for
a
talking
waste
with
of
us, Percy.
time.
It was very nice to meet you and Birdie. Thank you for all of
he
the.
gives you like a lazy
Weirdos.
salute.
Okay.
He says, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you have a great day. Let's go, guys.
Yeah.
So you guys are heading back towards the city now with this weird encounter behind you. Plysir,
Weirdos.
you said that you wanted to take a look for some criminal contacts.
Yeah.
So you speak Thieves' Cant, and you can speak and read it. So while you're entering the city, you're kind of looking around, and you see some little kind of scratched markings and some stone on the in the buildings and stuff like that. You guys are kind of just meandering. You're leading the group, kind of meandering around the meandering around the city looking for things, you're trying to see where where the thieves' cant is taking you, and you're following it kind of like a bloodhound. You're just looking around, and it's taking you south through Lacera. So you guys started north, you kind of passed through the center of the city around the castle, and it's taking you south. And you keep reading something about a cache. So like some resources, some food that's been hidden out. And you see some marks about like some people warning in the city, there's a scratch on a building, a mean guy lives here. a nice person lives there. And then you're following the directions of this cache. You know, arrows are pointing you through the city. And it takes you to the southern gates of Lacera.
She's by herself, right?
No, this is all together.
We walked back. Yeah.
Unless you guys don't want to be a part of trying to figure out where these bandits are.
We won't do anything criminal. We'll just...
She's just trying to figure out, because you guys know that the bandits have this treasure. And
we're doing the bandit thing.
Yeah,
sorry.
so
I thought we were doing the criminal contacts thing, and I'm like,
it's not criminal contacts. She's using thieves' cant instead.
Thieves can't?
I'm
Thieves' cant is
reading the thief language.
The language, it's like hobo language.
Like
you know anything
graffiti
about that?
and like
with like the symbols and stuff. Okay, it was a history.
Okay.
So she's following. It's not nefarious. She's just following this pictogram-esque language.
Okay, that makes sense.
So you guys are led towards the southern gates of Lacera, and this is kind of an active hub. There's people coming in, there's people coming out. There's guards, you know, every once in a while they'll stop a large caravan and look through their things and stuff like that. They're talking to the people who are coming in. And here would be an instance where you could use your thieves' cant. Thieves' cant is talking and reading.
Oh, okay. So I just talk to anyone in this area that I.
You could make a perception check to look for someone that you think looks a little bit of a seedy character who might speak thieves' cant.
Okay. I'll do that.
Or I would say actually insight. This would be an insight check.
Okay.
Which is a skill on your skills list.
You have +0 insight.
Oh.
So that's just gonna be a flat roll. But you are the only one who speaks thief cant, so no one else can make this roll.
Okay. Well.
Unless you want to find another way.
Done.
Yeah. Unless you want to think of another way.
This is the first avenue I'll think of, so here we go. 18.
What the heck, man? Oh my goodness.
I went from crit failing to...
Yeah, crit fails last time. So you kind of walk up to this this guy. He's there. There's a group of them kind of meandering around a little bit a ways from the gate. It almost looks like they're waiting for something. And you walk over them. What do you say?
You got that good. I'm just kidding.
And this is in thieves' cant. You're talking to them in thieves' cant, so you guys wouldn't understand this unless she says, "This is what I'm saying."
Okay.
And
I'll take some more water, please.
You can. I'll just wait. Well, what do I want to say to him? Hello, my fellow criminal friends. Actually, I take that back. Hello. I just was wondering if I could ask you guys some questions very quickly. I could see you're waiting for something, so I won't take up too much of your time, but I just have some questions, if you don't mind.
So one of these guys, he's got like an eye patch on, and he's like chewing on something like, I don't know, tobacco or something. And he looks down at you. These are some big burly guys. One of them's like a half-orc, and there are not a lot of half-orcs around here. And he says this kind of gruff voice. He says, who do you think you are?
No one, really. I just thought I'd ask. Okay, bye. I'm just kidding. Well, I don't think I'm anyone. Just,
You are no one.
I'm no one. Shoot. I don't know what to say.
So you're trying to find out your information about any nearby bandit groups.
Oh, okay. Oh, 'cause is this
you don't know what bandit group took them, but you do know that there are a few different groups that travel. Oh, we got a bloop.
What was that?
What was it?
Something went bloop?
I can't see the.
Hello.
I can't see the chat.
It's
loading.
Oh my goodness, my battery's all the way down.
Well, thank you for joining us, Midori. I'm sorry, whoever donated or followed. If you followed, leave a message in the chat. We didn't catch the. For some reason, I don't think the.
I think it's lagging. I think the program's lagging. I thought it was my phone.
There's a delay between the streams. So what's happening live? There's going to be a delay.
But I
Oh
don't-
yes,
Yes, it
Vampiric
is.
Yoda Gochin-sama, thank you for tuning in and following. And yes,
Oh,
we are live.
Awesome! Thank you for
Yes.
the follow. So right now
It is a battery.
they're on a quest to retrieve a magic item that they are owed. This was kind of like a side quest. But because you
we're doing
did
that.
graciously follow us, I will roll
No,
to give them a new item.
yes, Vampiric Yoda. No, this is not a replay. It's live. Don't be sorry. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, sorry about that. So you've got number 100.
100?
Oh, there's only 99 on here, so we'll give you number 99.
Shouldn't it be 0 then? If it's 1d100.
Double zero for 100.
Yeah, but then shouldn't it be like, oh, the chart just doesn't include a 0?
Well, no. If I rolled like a 20, I would have rolled something else supplementary with it, like a 20 and then a D10 to get 30 or whatever, or 25 or whatever. But because it landed on 100 right away.
Well, that's 0 on a d10, right? So
No, this is a D100. So it landed on double zero,
Hello.
which is 100.
So that's a d10, right? It has 10 sides.
This
It's
is-
just functioning in the tens place.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you for
a
tuning in.
D10, but it's a D100 because it goes by tens, not by 1 through 10. So this is a D10. This goes 1 through 10.
Right.
This goes through 10 through 100.
Okay.
So I rolled 30 or 3 to get the first number. So that's the number in the 10 spot.
Hmm.
And then I take a D10 and I rolled 6. So it would be
Right.
36. But because it landed directly on 100, I'm giving you guys the 99th item.
Oh, okay.
Because there's
You
no
don't need to
100.
roll like it's not like then we could get a 1 by rolling a 1 on the d1.
It would be, you would roll a 1 on the D10.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
But but that's not an option.
Oh, okay.
Well, it would have been an option if I hadn't landed directly on 100, because there's nothing higher than 100 on this list. So I'm just going to give you guys the last item, which is Universal Solvent. Can dissolve any binding agent, even sovereign glue. Vial runs out after 3 uses.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, great. But we're going to have to go get that.
No,
too.
this I'm just going to give you guys. So one of you
Thank
guys,
you.
it's going to be in the group inventory. And I have a list of what's in your group inventory, which is right now just 100 gold per player. And
Wait, how
now
do we contain
Universal
it?
Solvent.
What keeps it from dissolving its bottle?
Is it in a vial? Oh.
It's in a special bottle, a magic
So it can
bottle.
dissolve anything, metal,
Except its bottle.
titanium.
Only binding agents, so like glue.
Oh.
Oh,
so if
but
I'm like
Oh,
tied.
Yeah, anything that's binding things together.
Oh, okay. So if
So
I'm cuffed.
Yeah,
That's what I was thinking, like a cuff.
Yeah.
it says any
cuff, I was
binding
like,
agent.
oh, no.
So it would depend on the situation,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
I would make that judgment call.
Well, you have to
later
be
on.
able to reach it. Is that
No, not
Well, someone
100
would have to be
sides.
able to pour it on something.
right? I
So
got it.
Okay,
If
well.
you just keep it in your bag, it might just leak, and then just your bag will
no,
fall
it's in a
apart.
magic container.
I
It's not
know,
gonna
I
leak.
know.
Because that would not be fun. Then you'd have to clean it up.
So anyway, so
what
we
were
were
we
getting
doing?
the saddle.
Yes.
We're
So
trying to
Plysir,
find.
you're at this point. You
Oh.
know that you know of multiple. Maybe there's 50 groups of bandits in this area. You don't know, but you're looking specifically for a group in this area that has been here recently enough to have
The saddle.
stolen the saddle or whatever.
So how do we even know that this saddle is ours? Like, is that just like a divine
It's
sense?
just-
Yeah, it's ours, and we
You
need
just
to
It
got
get
was
it. Let's
originally
go.
ours and it was stolen.
Let's
sure.
go.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Well, I was talking way too nice to these tough guys, so I think I have to put on my tough guy voice, and I don't
It
think I
cannot
have it
unbind
in me.
molecular bonds because there's no molecular science in this game.
Yes.
So, you also have a big friend who's good at intimidating.
But
But
you can't speak the language.
she's
Oh yeah,
speaking
you
thieves'
see,
can't to them.
can't.
I'm the
So
only
if you
one.
went up and intimidated them, they might just try and attack you because who's
just
this
straight
person?
out, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's-
I'll kill them all.
You
That's
can just
fine.
ask.
You
That
killed,
wouldn't give us information.
and that's
Yeah.
very unlawful of you.
No, but if they attacked me, just because I'm like,
You didn't want to
Stop
attack the
them.
birdie, but we're gonna attack
It's
it.
self-defense.
thieves, these
Self-defense.
low lives.
Discrimination.
So these
Challenge.
thieves are kind of looking at you like,
Special.
like, why are you talking to us? Who are you?
I'm looking for a guy who took something of mine. Are you trying to sound tough?
One of them kind of like snorts and says, "Yeah, aren't we all?"
Well, have you guys seen a saddle by chance? I'm just kidding. Can I like talk out of game? What do you guys think I should say to them? Because I don't know what to say.
So this guy said, what was her first question?
It was, I don't know, but this guy, basically, these guys don't want to talk to her. Like,
These guys don't want to talk to her?
They don't really care about her.
Okay, how about, can we just like, do you have any money at all? Can we just like give them a gold coin for some information?
Each of you have 100 gold, so if you want to bribe them with some,
let's just bribe
that's a
them
fair amount.
and get on with this life. What's a cheap but fair amount to get information?
That you will have
gold.
to negotiate
2
with your friend.
All right, okay.
Do we have to bribe him?
No, you
How
don't.
about you tell? I just want to get out of here.
Okay, bribe is an option. What's another option?
Just give him a 20
I
gold
like
coin.
intimidating,
and
but
bounce.
apparently they can't.
I'm kind of I'm having a difficult time intimidating this guy. What things can I say to intimidate him further?
And this is gang or bandit. I don't think they get intimidated easily, and I'm pretty sure they can fend for themselves.
Like, this group of adventuring girls.
You haven't tried to intimidate them yet. Did you roll an intimidation roll?
No.
Oh no.
No, if
Do
you
you
want to
have any-
intimidate them, you have to roll an intimidation roll. So if you want to, retrospectively now, you can roll an intimidation roll to see if what you said to them was intimidating. Or if the way you were saying it was intimidating.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I guess in this sense, it would be intimidating enough to make you seem like you're one of them.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I'll
yeah,
do that.
like
Yeah.
a fellow,
I'm hard.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
a fellow
Got it.
bro.
So,
Maybe
this
they
will
can
be
at least respect
This
you.
will be a retrospective roll.
This is
Yeah.
me checking if I have street cred.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
there you go. I
street
hope you have some
cred.
street cred. Come on.
Ooh.
3.
No.
Ah!
Plus what?
0.
Plus 3.
Oh, 6.
Six.
Yeah, if you have any charisma,
Wah,
you should.
wah.
Alright,
That's
I'd
No, so
say.
these guys don't know who you are and they don't care.
Man,
Gotta get some-
I did my best.
You can still bribe them if you want.
I would say, I would be like, well, we don't, we're all busy people. I don't want to waste anybody time. How about, how much is a 20 gold coin? What's that going to get me?
20 gold is a fair amount.
Yes. Are we going to ever earn any money?
That's a fifth of one of our monies.
Just
Or we're all gonna...
20%.
You each have 100 gold.
Fine, 10. Let's go with 10. You know what? We can go with 5 and we can raise the bar. All right. Here's
We'll lowball
my
them.
5 coin.
Thank
See
you.
what information that can get them.
Shing! I have 5 gold coins.
Can you actually like display them?
You'd be like, no, you can be like,
No.
we're really busy
I have- and
people,
this one.
so I'm going to ask my question again, put it in their hand.
So you're flashing 5 gold coins at them.
I have questions and I need answers.
You could do something like
The,
this, like, ooh.
The half-orc, looks at you and raises a brow and says, really? 5 gold for some answers?
Alright, I'll throw in 5 more gold.
He, crosses his arms over his chest.
Oh, dang. Well, you're a little bit
You're bad
expensive
at
for
this.
my taste. So, what other options do we have? 20 gold is a lot of money.
It's not a lot. It's a fair amount, though.
Yeah, it's. I don't want to
Smiting is kind of my thing.
All right.
Really.
15 for some easy answers,
15?
or else we're going to leave.
Oh,
We can ask somebody else.
Are you, telling her
are we gonna look for another group of bandits? Okay.
Let's just go with 15 and tell us.
Wait, these
Do
guys
you
are
know-
Are you putting
I
in
thought
5
this
of your own money?
They're just sketchy-looking individuals.
Oh, they're just sketchy. Look, I thought this
But
us
no,
were the
she's
recent
talking
bandit.
to them.
Yeah.
They speak thieves'
thieves'
cant, so if she asks the right questions and they want to answer her questions, they might be able to tell you. You don't know. You're trying to persuade them to tell you right now.
Oh.
But it seems like they're only going to respond to a bribe.
How about you ask them, do you even have anything worth our money? Have you seen any recent bandit? And do you even
He wouldn't
hear
answer
of
without
any
the
battle?
money.
Yeah, she already asked a question pretty similar to that.
Oh, and
And now it seems like he really is only going to respond to a bribe.
Okay, 15.
I thought we were doing 50. Let's just do 20. It was like 20, or we can find someone else who will give us some answers.
He said no. He already said no to 15.
No to 10. He said no to 10. You haven't offered 15 yet.
Okay,
In character, at least.
here's 15.
Oh my goodness.
My
What is
good
playing?
sir. That should be enough to buy you something nice.
What is that music?
I don't know where that music is. Hello? Where did that come from?
Was that stream?
I have no idea. It was
Stream
coming out of.
sound
The video on the stream is a bit laggy.
They said the video on the stream is a bit laggy.
Oh, yeah.
They're dropping frames.
I don't know why.
Maybe there's too many people on the. I'm
On
gonna
the
back
Wi-Fi?
out. Yeah,
Oh yeah, it might be too many people on the Wi-Fi.
I'm getting off.
I'll stay on just with the chat.
That was really weird.
Maybe
The
an
regular
ad
music
popped
is
up?
done.
Maybe it was an ad on someone's phone. I don't know.
No.
No, the music is playing. It's an hour-long thing. Yeah. So you plop down 15 coins, and the half-orc, he kind of looks at you and says, "Okay, you get one question."
One very drawn out question. We have one very long.
So you know that there are bandits in this area.
Yes.
You
And
know that for a fact.
They have
you know
our
that,
saddle.
but you don't know who.
Which group of bandits?
Which group?
And
So
who?
Or just why don't we just ask them? We're looking for a saddle. Which bandit has it?
But there could be yes. Are you guys on
I
board?
mean-
be specific. We're looking for a magic saddle.
Yeah, what
We're
kind of-
looking for a magical saddle that turns anything into a horse or a what?
It turns anything into a horse.
Okay,
Or-
turns anything through a horse.
Or we should ask about the guy who likes to ride his
Yeah,
bounties
and you
in.
know that the person who
But
stole
that guy
this,
has it still? It's the same guy.
Yeah, it's the same
He
guy.
has it.
So you know that you don't know who this bandit is, you don't know where he's from, but you know that he stole it from you,
and he enjoys riding his bounties.
enjoys riding the bounties.
And that's a specific thing.
Yeah.
Tell us where the guy who likes riding his bounties is.
That's a very unique
All right,
interest.
go.
So yeah, so you're
Who
talking.
Who is
the
he?
only
Where can
one.
we find him? Let's
Okay. I'm looking, like I said, I'm looking for a guy who took something from me, and the only thing I know about him is that he's using my saddle and having a wonderful time riding his bounties back into town because he's a bounty hunter, and I was wondering if you knew anything about that.
The half-orc kind of like chortles a little bit and says, "Red? You're looking for Red?"
Oh, Red, you say? Yes, I am looking for him, as a matter of fact.
He kind of thinks for a second and he says, "I think the what do I call them?
Bandits?
No, they have a name.
go. Works.
No, they have
Like gang names.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bloods.
Bloods. We're the Crips and we're looking for the
Oh,
Bloods.
he says, "Yeah, I think the Foxheads have been around here recently."
Foxheads. Got my
What does the
saddle.
fox?
No, we're not bringing that back.
No.
Nope.
Okay.
Uh,
The Foxheads, you say? Oh,
What do they?
I only had one question, right? I can't ask him another, or do you?
You can.
We
I
can
mean,
he
try.
seems like he's warmed up to you a little bit more.
Can we
Where do these Foxheads stay at?
He kind of looks to the guy next to him, and he's like, "Oh, I think I saw him over here. No, they were over there last." And the half-orc says, "I think they were down in the southern steps," and he kind of like points back behind. There's another
So
kind of
far.
plain. The southern entrance that the southern exit. At this point, it's an exit. These guys exited. The southern exit of Lacera points south towards the southern steps, which is kind of like another grassy plain, like the northern
Isn't that the
one.
desert with the camel? in the
No,
south?
that is the flatlands. The southern steps is another kind of like grassy plains. And he says, "I think they were camping out there not too long ago."
Any other specifics that we need to know, team? I think we have a pretty strong lead now.
Yeah, so they're called the what?
Foxheads.
The Foxhead, and we're going
Southern Steps.
to go find them.
Yeah. Do we need anything else from this bandit guy? I don't think so.
So are we good on the frames?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So no, we don't need
Oh,
anything to
Vampiric
find.
Yoda is asking.
No, I think we're good to go. Are we ready? Let's do this. Thank you for your time, sir. Enjoy your money.
Peace.
We are not playing for a pre-made game. I created this world. I showed earlier, this is a quick map that I drew of the world. It will be digitalized eventually. I will say that I have used this setting before, but I have built upon it immensely.
So all the stuff that I'm doing for them is brand new. The only things that I've been reusing are like the names of some of the stuff. But everything is totally from ye old noggin.
I hope we get to fight somebody for this saddle.
Yes. So
we do not fight nearly enough.
I
For my
know.
taste. I am.
I was like, I'm
Oh!
I like
I'm
Smite.
just bonus.
It's ready for
20.
we're ready for
10,
violence.
I'm ready.
I get that.
The Vampiric Yoda-sama hosted us. Thank you for hosting us to your channel. I think that was the little blurb that popped up.
Oh wow,
That was
thank
sound
you.
effect.
Thank you.
There's a sound effect if someone follows, gives bits, donates, or hosts. Yeah.
That was a weird.
Aw, thank you.
It's the
Sound
same
effect?
sound for all of it. Oh, no. That not the little blurb of music. I meant
Okay.
the little ding from earlier. The
Oh.
music, I don't know where the hell that music
Okay.
came from. So you guys are being pointed towards the southern steps.
Which is kind of a large geographical area, yeah.
Yeah, but you could track them. I'd say fairly
Without
easily.
our ranger.
Yeah. I'd say you could without your ranger.
All right, let's go.
I will say though, if you guys do want to continue playing, we have to take a quick intermission to reset the stream.
Okay.
Ooh, has it
Yes,
been
let's
2
do.
hours?
2 hours. Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
Character management took a lot of time, so that definitely ate into playtime. So I will
Yeah.
say that. If you guys do want to keep playing for a little bit longer, we will have to
I want the
reset stream.
saddle.
Okay.
Saddle, get something
We're
done
in for it.
today.
So
In for it.
Goshujin-sama, we are going to stop the stream, and then I will throw up the loading screen. We're going to take a quick intermission, get some snacks, get some water, and then we will sit right back down and find this saddle.
Saddle, we're
So,
gonna find it. Stay tuned.
We are going to be back in just a few minutes. Thank
There might
you.
be some fighting
Yeah, hopefully there'll
to
be some
find
fighting.
some saddle.
Smash.